Surely everyone here has stood in front of the mirror, looked at their arms, and asked themselves, why do people have so many skin tones? A person as dark brown as black coffee mixed with a little milk. An olive person who goes to the beach and has coffee at the same time. A person's pink color is so pale that it turns red like a boiled shrimp in the sun. Same species Homo sapiens, same skeleton, same blood, same brain. But my skin looks like a Photoshop palette with someone dragging the slider around. You guys know that feeling. Open the family album, look at your parents, grandparents, siblings, each person has a different color. Or go out in a crowd, see hundreds of skin colors in one frame, and then naturally think, what did our ancestors look like? And why, after tens of thousands of years, is skin so diverse? But wait. The answer that many people think, cold skin is white, hot skin is black. Actually, no. This place is new and cool. Because skin color is not determined by temperature. It is a story of sunlight, vitamins, genetics, and tens of thousands of years of natural selection quietly modifying the human body. Today, we will dissect that story together. And as always, the information is compiled and collected by us from many sources. So if there is anything missing or needs correction, please feel free to comment below. First of all, I must say something extremely important. Everyone on Earth can trace their blood back to the dark-skinned people of Africa. Not some people, but everything. Brothers, me, grandparents, friends, online friends on the other side of the world. All share the same ancient family tree, and that tree's biological roots lie under the scorching African sun. So the real question is not, why are there dark-skinned people and light-skinned people? The real question is, after all come from the same place, why does skin gradually change as people migrate around the world? To understand this, let's go back about 300,000 years. The time when the new Homo sapiens appeared on the Earth server. At that time, modern humans almost certainly had darker skin than many people living today, because we were born and evolved right under the intense sunlight near the equator. But wait, why is dark skin the original default? The story begins with an extremely reckless trade-off that our ancestors once did. Most animals have fur. Fur is armor, shade, and a layer that blocks light before UV reaches the skin. But human ancestors did something that sounds a bit crazy. Remove most of the hair on the body. The main reason is debated by scientists, but the leading hypothesis is heat. If you want to run for a long time or walk for a long time on hot grasslands, you must sweat effectively, and sweat works best on bare skin. In return, when the hair disappears, the sky is allowed to touch the skin directly, and near the equator, the sunlight is not gentle. It carries ultraviolet rays, UV, enough to burn skin, damage DNA, and more importantly, destroys an extremely important molecule called folate. Folate is a B vitamin that the body needs to build cells, repair DNA, maintain healthy sperm, and support pregnancy. Too strong UV destroys folate, makes it difficult to reproduce in evolution. That's a bad ticket for your genes. The body can be strong, fast, smart, and all kinds of things. But if you don't leave any children, evolution will consider the game over and delete the save. So under intense tropical sunlight, nature selectively prioritizes the body's ability to protect folate. And that protective tool is called melanin. Melanin is the pigment that gives skin color. But don't think it's just for makeup. It is a biological shield absorbing and scattering UV rays before UV can cause damage deep inside. The more protective melanin the skin produces, the safer it is under harsh sunlight. That's why ancestral populations that lived long lives near the equator often had dark skin. Not because they are a different kind of person, but because their ancestors lived under stronger UV. Dark skin was not fashionable at that time. It is survival technology. Humanity's first sunscreen. Free, built into the body's operating system. Then people started moving. Slowly, extremely slowly. Tens of thousands of years, step by step. The group of Homo sapiens left Africa, crossed deserts, followed coastlines, weaved through forests, reached cold ice fields, cloud-covered islands, high mountains, and northern skies that were gloomy for most of the year. The farther you go from the equator, the more the problem reverses. The danger is no longer too much sun, but too little sun. More specifically, too little UVB, the type of rays the body needs to synthesize vitamin D. Vitamin D is extremely important. The body uses it to absorb calcium, strengthen bones, and stabilize immunity. Lacking vitamin D, children can suffer from rickets. Soft, deformed bones. Pregnancy is riskier, bones are weaker, survival is more difficult. The game is completely reversed. Dark skin excels under the tropical sun. But where the sun is weak most of the year, too much melanin blocks the little UVB the body needs. So in many low UV regions, natural selection favors lighter skin. Less melanin, more UVB penetrates the skin, more vitamin D, stronger bones, higher chance of survival and reproduction. This is where most people get it wrong. Light skin did not evolve because cold skin makes white skin. Cold does not whiten your skin, guys. Light is the deciding factor. The map really doesn't follow temperature. But according to ultraviolet radiation, human skin follows sunlight more closely than it follows temperature. But wait. It's not as simple as the equator is black, Northern Europe is white, like infographics online, people are messy, migration is messy, eating is messy, history is messy, for example. Some Arctic populations do not become extremely pale despite living very far from the equator. Why? Because many of these groups traditionally eat a lot of fish and marine animals. Foods containing vitamin D. If food already provides vitamin D, the skin no longer needs to be open to the weak sunlight in the north. Diet can change the pressure on skin color. So there is no perfect skin tone palette. Only trends, no neat squares. And this is where the concept of race in the hard biological sense begins to collapse. Skin color changes gradually with geography. There is no sharp line where one type of person ends and another type begins. Only ancestral populations adapted to different amounts of light, then moved on, adapted again, mixed, moved again. If you walked from Central Africa to the north thousands of years ago, you would not have encountered any magical boundary that would cause people to suddenly change color. Only see the gradual transition. The body is shaped by light, diet, migration, and random factors. Human diversity is real, but the boxes that society builds around it are primarily cultural. Skin color has become one of the most visible differences between people, so society assigns meaning to it, then assign hierarchy, then assign violence. But evolution has never said those things. Evolution only solves a chemical problem. How to block enough light to protect folate, but still let enough light in to create vitamin D. The whole puzzle lies there. Too much UV need to increase melanin. Too little UV, too much melanin becomes a problem. Human skin color is a compromise. Dynamic balance between protection and production, between blocking the sun and utilizing the sun. This place is new and cool. That balance evolved more than once. Light skin in Europe and light skin in some East Asian regions do not arise through exactly the same genetic change. Evolution finds similar solutions using different tools. Like two dev teams writing the same app but using different programming languages. That is, there is no single moment a person becomes white or a person becomes black. That's modern jargon for an older, slower, much messier process. The first Homo sapiens were almost certainly darker skinned than many humans today, but this must be said with caution. They are not black in the modern social sense. They are ancient humans with skin adapted to strong light. Social categories come later. Much later. Biology comes first. The label comes later. Think of the sun as a problem with two opposing dangers. If light penetrates too deeply into the skin, folate and DNA damage. If enough light does not penetrate, not enough vitamin D. Melanin is the knob. Turn up where UV is fierce. Turn down where UV is weak. It's not about which skin color is better, but because different environments require different bodies. So no skin color is a perfect original. Every shade is a solution. Dark skin is not primitive. Light skin is not advanced. Brown skin is not unfinished. All are vital records. Evidence imprinted on the skin that the brothers' ancestors had survived long enough to have children. Actually, it doesn't stop at the past. The modern world breaks old laws. Today, people move around the planet in a few hours. Ancestors adapted to low northern light could live under harsh equatorial sunlight. Strong UV-adapted ancestors could live in overcast northern cities all year long. Leather still carries the ancient light story. But life takes place under a completely different sky. The body is shaped by place. Life is no longer locked in that place. Brothers in Saigon turn on SPF 50+ sunscreen every morning. You in Stockholm take vitamin D pills because the sun is scarce. Sunscreen and supplements are modern patches for bugs that evolution hasn't had time to fix. Skin color feels permanent. Like identity, family, history, something you carry with you from birth. And that's right. But it is also evidence of movement. Skin is more than just body color. It is the shadow of ancient migrations. The desert tracks have been crossed, the coast has been skirted, the winter has survived, and the sunlight has been absorbed by names long lost. They had no idea they were shaping the human face. They're just trying to live long enough to have children. And over thousands of generations, the sun carved itself into their skin. Little by little, no fuss, no manifesto, no hashtag. In short, why do people have different skin colors? Because we leave one place and try to live in many places. For the same star both gives life and threatens to destroy us, because evolution must solve two opposing problems at the same time. Protect the body from light and still let light in. Skin color is not a rating scale. Not the border. Not proof that humanity split into many types. It is proof that humans are one species. Flexible enough to survive almost anywhere on Earth. A species that began under the African sun, spread across the planet, and carried the memories of those skies imprinted on its skin. Each shade is a story of survival. Each skin color is a map. And each person watching this video is carrying a piece of ancient light written on their body. A story that is much older than you think. If you like this type of explanation, remember to subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss the next video. There are many interesting things hidden in the story of being human,